Stay tuned for tips and techniques from the nation's top chefs in the Chef's Kitchen.
And we're here with Chef Walter Staib, who is teaching us how to make our lives a lot easier.
You got it right. Yeah.
Using all Dietz and Watson fine meats and cheeses.
Yeah. The one thing I was just saying to you is that depends what you like. If you're not a big of a meat eater, less, more, there's really, honestly, there's no right or wrong. Also the way you cut it. You can cut it in chili, you can cut it in a dice. It's really, like I said, there is no, whatever makes you feel good.
And we were just saying that, when we go to the deli, if we want to make a meal for our family, a dinner meal, we can ask our deli man to slice our meat as thick as we want it to be. This is about a quarter of an inch.
That's what he's there for.
That's right.
Now, let me show you something that most people always get very confused. And you obviously, being that you're Italian, you know, a so special meal you need when you make lasagna, or you need when you do what we do just now with the farfalle casserole.
Yes.
People are always nervous, and I say, guys, relax. It's a very easy method. 3 spoons of any kind of grease, with oil or butter, equal amount of flour, will work out anytime. You never have any problem.
3 spoons of
well, any
oil
amount. You do a cup.
Make it a cup of flour.
Yeah, a cup of flour.
So even ratio.
Even ratio will work.
Okay.
The other thing I do many times in different style of cooking, and especially my 18th century recipes, I use beurre manier. But for beurre manier means hand butter, but for recipes like that, it wouldn't work. It makes no sense. So for those recipes here, it's very simple. All you're gonna do is get the butter down a little bit.
Right.
And it doesn't have to, this one particular recipe, you don't put no onions, no nothing. It's kind of a very plain, but it's a lot of the cream and the flavor, and then all the cheese that gets the flavor. So you don't need anything in there.
Well, interestingly, we're getting to know our inner Gouda, right?
Well, that's good idea.
You're using 2 types of Dietz and Watson
smoked and
Gouda.
regular Gouda. And Gouda by itself has a unique flavor. Absolutely. So
in keeping with Dietz and Watson's tradition of highlighting European recipes and European traditions, this is part of the many cheeses they offer in their artisan cheese line.
Milk or cream.
Okay. Just depending on what you're trying to watch your calories.
Correct. And now a trick. Roux hot, stuck cold. Always remember that.
Okay.
No lumps in the sauce.
So nice cold milk.
Cold.
Or cream.
Or if you have the roux is cold, then the stock can be hot.
Okay, so we want polar opposites.
Correct. Then what you would do in this one over here,
full of great tips.
The only 2 things that you would put in here is nutmeg. Good amount of that. Nutmeg is a very important part of that. And never buy store-bought nutmeg ground.
Always grind it.
Grind it yourself.
Yes, I learned that from you.
All right, put me a little white wine in there.
A little white wine? How much would you like?
Just a little bit, not much more. A little bit more, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good?
Yeah. And you don't have
What does the white wine do?
Well, it's just a flavor, but you don't have to use it, I mean, quite frankly.
Okay.
And basically, believe it or not, now we just got to assemble a dish.
You're kidding.
Yes.
So that's really the only preparation for this dish,
Yes,
then?
well, except you have to pre-cook your farfalle.
Right, farfalle. Which actually you told me what that means.
And then we need to put we put the smoked Gouda first.
2
Have you
different
tasted
kinds
it?
of
Taste
Gouda.
it.
Let me taste. This is the smoked Gouda.
Yeah, and
There's 2 different kinds.
Yeah, and you want to.
You can smell it. Can you smell the smokiness of it?
Yeah, put it over there for me.
Oh,
smoked
it's incredibly creamy.
Regular Gouda.
Incredibly creamy and a little, like a slight nutty flavor.
Then you want to put
Let me taste the regular.
Then you want to put your bechamel into it.
The Dietz and Watson cheeses are actually what's giving your sauce its bold flavor.
Now you're talking.
Yes, okay. I'm understanding what you're teaching me.
It's the flavor, and now you want to put the turkey in there. Take the farfalle that you cook well al dente.
Always al dente.
Just throw them in there.
5 minutes, chef, we have.
Perfect.
Look at that.
And now, you mix it up good. Now, do you see what happens is the cheese ties up really good. So if you have a little bit, you can maybe put a little more sauce into it.
I bet when you bake this, the top gets so, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I bet the top gets so crunchy.
It gets crunchy and the flavor. Can you smell the smoke?
You know what the smokiness?
Can you smell it?
It's emanates throughout the whole dish.
That's perfect. Now we're going to put another Dietz and Watson product on top, and this is Parmesan.
The Parmesan.
And we don't want to be cheap on that.
Lots of Parmesan.
So you want to spend your money, spend it on the cheese, put it right on top, and lots of it.
Make a Parmesan crust.
Yep.
A Dietz and Watson. We have a couple. Parmesan has a nutty flavor too, along with the Gouda. So
with this one over here. And then we're going to do a little bit of Hungarian paprika on that.
Important that it's Hungarian paprika, correct?
Well, because of the sweetness. You can put different paprika too. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It's not for flavor so much, just a little bit. It's kind of cool, and when it bakes over, looks good.
Well, it adds to the aesthetic aspect of it too, with the nice color.
So let's recap this quick. I mean, this is so quick. I mean, you make the bechamel equal part butter or oil, equal part flour. So if it's
we learned that from you today.
Easy. And then you top it off with milk. When the roux is hot, the milk is cold.
Yes.
Let's set it aside. Take a big bowl, taking your 2 different goudas, the smoked gouda, the regular gouda.
Yes.
Mix any pasta. Farfalle just happen to be, and I like a lot. But you can do ziti, you can do...
What's a great size for a casserole like this too? I mean, Dietz & Watson has so many artisan cheeses. I'm sure we can mix and match many of their cheeses in this dish. Like, what would you say? Maybe a Gruyere?
Mozzarella be good. Provolone be good. I wouldn't. Gruyere is all good, but I stick to more to the Italian line or the soft Dutch cheeses like the goudas. You know,
Danish Fontina maybe
works as well. Works as well. But the thing of it is when I experiment with different recipes, as I've been doing for the last 5 years. I mean, thousands of pounds.
Forever.
I'm living on a tennis court to keep fit with all this
you
stuff.
You look great on the tennis court.
But let me tell you, the thing is the different flavors, and I think when you taste it, you will appreciate why I'm using those 2 cheeses.
Yes.
Because normally I would have not done it. Normally I would have used like mozzarella.
That's interesting. So the proof is in the pudding.
Most people will say to you, why is he using gouda? What has he been drinking?
And why smoked and regular gouda?
Because the flavor you'll see in a moment.
Okay.
Now cooking time on this is very, very simple. At 375, live right there. At 375, you don't have much. You don't need much cooking time at all until it's just nicely congeals and you're in business. There's a little Chardonnay there.
So 375 for how long, Walter?
I'd say about 25 minutes.
Okay. Remember, all cooked product.
But now,
the meats are all cooked.
Now the trick is, you want to make this ahead of time like that, like so. Put it in your refrigerator. Perfectly okay. Now you're coming home from work and you want to entertain your troops.
Pop it in.
Throw it in the oven and done. And this has a good shelf life of at least 2 to 3 days, no problem.
Beautiful.
Because the turkey is cooked. There's nothing else that can spoil in there. The cheese will congeal.
Yes.
But if you put it in the oven, it gets soft again and melts up. So it's a very easy way.
That's a great tip. So we could assemble this in the morning, cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, come home from work, preheat our oven, pop it in.
Yeah.
You're done.
Gives you a chance to put your necklace on or whatever you got to do.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. You got a little Chardonnay for us?
Without further ado, on that note...
Look at here. Let me see it here.
Let's enjoy some fine wine.
Oh, now this one over here.
With your reaction, I'm getting hungry.
No, it's good.
Good.
This one over here, I diced the turkey.
Yes.
The other one, I shouldn't just to showcase.
The difference.
Correct. Either way, I don't do it, but it's good.
Look at this piece. Is calling my name right here.
It says.
Ooh.
Very good.
Look at this cheese just melt.
Good. The paprika on top, you get the flavor.
Wait. The smoky flavor from the gouda.
I told you.
It just, I don't know, it just is all throughout the dish. Smoky. It permeates the dish.
Does it get much simpler than that?
No, very, very easy. You know what? It's a mild dish too. Very creamy, mild flavors.
Now I would serve that with a beautiful tomato salad or a nice green garden salad.
Nice fresh, something nice and fresh.
Out and back on your patio. And the other thing is easy, you don't have to slave in the kitchen.
The most interesting part though is how you combined creatively all of the different cheeses, especially the Parmesan on top, which gives a nice crust to the casserole
and
too.
You can, more Parmesan, more flavor, a little more money on your budget.
Walter Staib innovation using Dietz & Watson delicacies. I love it.
Dietz & Watson, expect